Hey everyone, it's Kanga here, and today the water levels dropped in Fortnite for a second time. So first off, I'm just going to be showing you the two actual maps, the new map and the old map, and then I'll have some timestamps on the screen now as well as a bit later to show you where I actually in the game go to these locations and physically trade there what's changed. But yeah, you can see here on the left we've got the old map, and on the right we've got the new map. From here, some of the biggest things we can see is that Risky is back. You can kind of see like that ring of trees that's like northeast of that, that's still not quite back yet, but Risky seems to be back. Down in the bottom left, a lot of the islands have moved around again. It looks like this ship has moved entirely, and the bottom left island isn't appearing anymore. I think that's still there, I could be wrong about that. But yeah, we'll head in game in a second and take a look. Pleasant seems to have a bit less water. Sweaty seems kind of untouched. Bit more space around Holly by the looks of it. And I think Weeping and Slurpy are both coming out of the water a bit more as well as Dirty. But yeah, we'll hop into game now and see what we can see in there. Alright, so hopping into an actual game now, where you can see a few changes around here in the bottom left of the map. First off, I think, I could be wrong about all these, but Rickety Rig has moved a bit to the right, I think, this island here specifically. So there used to be something else down here, maybe that was just this. But yeah, you guys can see how much it's moved around and what has actually moved around. You can definitely see here this boat has moved, that used to be over there, whereas now it's heading towards there. Hydro 16 is coming out of the water a bit now, and Slurpy is it Slurpy? Yeah, Slurpy. Slurpy Swamp is coming out of the water again here. A lot more space, a few more rooftops, and I think by not quite next week, in two more updates it'll be back to normal. Fortnite is once again going to be untouched. I think, I could be wrong about, no, yeah, this is moved as well. I don't understand how this is actually moved since it's an entire island, but this used to be right next to the Weeping watchtower, but for whatever reason it's now moved. Don't ask me how that works, but you can clearly tell it has. And then Logjam Woodworks is coming out of the ground a bit now, which is cool to see as well. Moving on to Holly here, it's just more land. There's not really anything back, like any houses or anything, I don't think. Actually, that gas station wasn't back before. But yeah, you can see here that the water is so I think next week the cars will be in the game, and you can see like all this road here will be free next week. But yeah, around Holly is mainly just more land. There's not like any new locations. Some of the, like those two houses you can see down there, they're a bit more out of the water. That can also be said, but I think this one here under me was underwater before, but now it's not. But yeah, Weeping is now actually like accessible to some degree. I believe that wasn't like that before. So yeah, as you can see here, I think before it was just like the tops of the roofs, and there was also that caravan. There's like those floating caravans, which I think have moved back to there. But if you remember here, like below where I was now, there used to be some cars there. Yeah, Salty, I'm pretty sure hasn't changed at all from last time. Actually, you can see that that's a bit different, because there used to be water in there, whereas now it's not. Maybe that wasn't last time, I honestly can't remember. But yeah, I can see inside the authority, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that those trees were in there before. I'm pretty sure the bush as well, yeah, but there definitely weren't trees in there before. And if I quickly hop down here, you can obviously see around this area. Last update, it used to only be one stair above, but now it's going to be like 2 stairs or 2 walls to go up. So the wall around the authority is technically getting higher. I mean, it's obviously staying the same, but it's going to be harder to move. I'm interested to see what this is here. I imagine that's going to be some sort of entrance. Maybe something to do with the cars, because I think you'd be able to go through there. Yeah, some sort of gate, doorway type thing there, by the looks of it. But anyway, what everyone wants to know, what's happened over at Risky. So, Risky is now completely above the water, and I think the overall amount of cars has decreased a bit. You can see they've definitely moved around a lot. But I'll just quickly take a look around here and see if, like you say, still a chest here. Yep, there's still a chest in there. I'm not going to go through every single chest spot, but you can see there's one over there. There's still the chest in there, still the one back there. So I think all the loot spots are going to be the same. It's just mainly some of the cars have moved around. And you can see like this side up there. A bit of damage to the movie screen, but yeah, apart from that, Risky is pretty much the same by the looks of it. It's good to see Risky back there. I did enjoy landing here. You can see, I think there's a boat up there. I don't think that's changed too much. We'll head over there in a second, but as you can see down here, oh never mind. So most of the trees in this little ring here are back, as well as the 3 chests. So if you land risky, you've got a still good rotation. I think it's a little bit less wood than it used to be there, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal. I'll head over to Sweaty, but while we're doing it, let's just pass by Pleasant. Doesn't seem to be too much change. I think overall, again, it's just a bit less water. The actual inside of Pleasant seems to be the same as far as I'm concerned, but on the outside there's definitely less water around. So yeah, that's Pleasant. Heading on over to Sweaty though, again I think this is relatively the same. I didn't land Sweaty much, so I'm not entirely sure, but if you did land Sweaty, I'll spend a lot of time here, you might be able to notice a few things that I haven't. I think that's the same though. You can see like all around this area here. I'm gonna go all the way over there because nothing really to see, but like just the tips of hills and islands and stuff coming out of the water now. This whirlpool, I could be wrong, but I feel like it's getting smaller. Okay, never mind. It's not. It just looks kind of smaller because there's things popping out of the water around it. But you can see this the airplane crash island is sort of coming out of the water again. The shark, there's actually a bit more of the shark now, I think, because last time it was like just the top. As now you can see that that tower is starting to come out, as well as a few of the broken buildings there. So the shark has just been completely demolished, apparently. Apart from that, nothing else seems to have changed here. So I'll just cut to when I make it to like Craggy or anywhere else. Alright, so one small change that wasn't here last time is this island here. You can see here on the map, you can quite clearly see it. And you can also now actually see like that building there and stuff slowly starting to come out. Don't think anything's changed at the yacht for the most part. Not for the most part, just don't think anything's changed. Moving on to Craggy though, I think Craggy is nearly fully back. It'll be like a week. You can see like the main houses, like the main building here, this house up here, all of these are back. Some of the lower things will still need another week or 2. And yeah, I think 1 week it'll be nearly back to normal. And then it'll take like another one for those lower houses. But yeah, that's Craggy. So over at Steam now, I think everything inside Steam is the same, but just around the area. There's a bit more land overall. Probably the same over here. I'm not entirely sure. This has moved a little bit, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I think this, whatever you call this thing, the storage unit has moved a little bit. Definitely a bit more land around here, because I land up at that tower for tournaments and arena and stuff, so I know this area pretty well. You can see here, this is coming out of the water slowly. There's not going to be any chests or anything, but you might be able to get a bit more metal than you could before. So yeah, in a week or so this will be back, and that might move, or it might just get stuck on the ground. But yeah, now you can see Dirty is, I'm not sure how many more chests this is actually going to access. There might be one in here that you can get to now, in the tops of those, if there is one there. Actually, yeah, I don't think there's going to be much back at Dirty, despite you can see that the water is definitely lower here, but I don't think that reveals too many chest spots. You can see inside there don't appear to be any more chests. Yeah, so I don't think there's actually any more loot here. Maybe a few more floor spawns, but you can definitely tell that it's come down a little bit, because you can see a lot more of the rooftops now. In a week though, there'll be, not exactly a week, but whenever the water comes down again, you'll see that there's more changes there. Once again though, I think this entire bottom right side of the map is completely the same. Actually, except for that one island down there, I'll go check that in a second. But the last thing I want to check before that is going to be down here at Frenzy. You can see down here, that's come down a bit, just a bit more. So it's a bit smaller now. So that's starting to look more like a river. Sorry, not like it already was a river, but like how it used to look. And yeah, here you can see Frenzy. I'm pretty sure the last time that was still had all that water support and whatnot. Whereas now, pretty much all of Frenzy's back to normal. You still can't quite get into this cave properly. But if I hop out here quickly, I believe it will still be the chest. Up there, yeah, you can see the chest is still going to be up there. So Frenzy's pretty much back to normal. apart from this little part down here. But yeah, I'll head over now to, I believe that's Camp Cod, and then I'll wrap up the video. Alright, so I'm now down at Camp Cod, and you can see last time it was just that little bit there, and the top of this house was above the water, but now there's also this area down here. You can see there's a chest on top of that little tower there, and whatever loot was in that house is back in that house. You can also see there's another chest down there. There's two there now, there's only one at the top before. And whatever used to be in this house again, back in this house. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up this video. If you found it useful, please leave a like and subscribe, it helps the channel a lot. And also don't forget to use code Kanga for Fortnite items too, as that helps support me. But yeah, I'll make another video in a week or so whenever the water levels drop again, and I believe the next time the water drops is gonna be when the cars are back in the game. So yeah, I will see you guys next week for the challenges, and then I'll see you again once the water drops.